So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in, so today what we're going to be doing, we're moving a feeder. I'm just going to kind of film the whole process and then also give you my thought process on why I'm moving it. Hopefully this works. We'll see, as the season goes along. Probably start setting up some trail cameras just to kind of see how the deer are moving. I kind of already have an idea how they're moving, but there is a good trail here that's coming through. I don't know if you guys can see it, and then it goes that way to the feeder. The straps, I'm going to use that to pull that feeder over there. I think I'm going to set it up over here, or maybe even over here, but I'm thinking over here. Now the reason I'm setting it up over here, and I guess I'll kind of really quickly explain. By the way, if you get any value from this or you enjoy this, whatever you find it entertaining, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the video. Definitely helps out the channel. I'm trying to get up to 3,000 subscribers as soon as possible, so it would help out greatly. But so what we're going to be doing, I'm going to move the feeder from over there to over here. Now the reason I'm moving the feeder, and I'm moving it right now, is because obviously it's the off season. Two is I had a lot of deer pop up back in these woods here. So on a couple acres that way, there's a piece of land that is untouched. The people don't even live, I think, anywhere in the area, so it just goes untouched, unbothered, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of deer have been coming in from that area. And then from this side over here, there's probably, I don't know, 80 acres or so that that's pretty much just grazed with cattle, but also not really hunted either. So we have a lot of land here that is untouched, and then also this part of my property doesn't really get hunted either. There's no stands or feeders over there either, so it's kind of like a little sanctuary too. So all the deer are going to be funneling into this area generally, but it gets a lot thicker this way, and it gets a little bit thick this way, but this is the thickest part right in here. So we had a lot of deer show up from this area that pretty much stopped at this kind of like tree line. If you draw like an imaginary line right in here, it kind of circles. The line kind of circles, right? And that's where the deer used to hang out at. They used to stop. The bigger bucks, of course. The little bucks, they would come out to the feeder, no problem. But the bigger bucks, they get hung up on this thicker brush. This is as far as they would go. So again, let me know down in the comments, do you ever have the issue where you just have bigger bucks that just get hung up and don't want to come out of the cover? I know maybe if you're hunting in like suburbs or a little bit more suburban areas, you may not have that problem, but for us out here in the rural area, deer don't really see a lot of people, so they get kind of freaked out when they see like feeders. They pick up anything that's just not natural, right? Let me know down in the comments if you have that issue as well. But what I was noticing is that they would get hung up in all this thicker brush. And after the season was over, I kind of went into the brush and saw a whole bunch of trails, a bunch of scrapes. I would say about 200, 300 yards on the other side of this, there's a little clearing, there's a little opening. Saw a bunch of scrapes in that area as well, probably about 4 or 5 scrapes. So they're coming from that general direction. They're just getting hung up in here, and they never made it to the feeder because the feeder is in too much of an opening. So I'm hoping that this will provide some cover for the deer. If I set it up right in here, hopefully they will be, they'll get a little bit more courageous since they have cover, 10 yards from them, that they will get out to that feeder and give me a shot opportunity. That's what I'm hoping and praying for. That's what I'm going to be doing. Another idea was maybe put the feeder over there, over here, but I think I'm going to go here. And the reason I'm going to go here is because I think I can cut that branch right there, and I can set up a tripod stand, or I can set up a bow blind stand right in here, kind of clear it up a little bit, brush it in, and I would have about a 30-yard shot from this area with the bow. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. We'll see if that works. Again, they have a lot of room to run in case I do shoot with the bow. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna hope and pray for. Hopefully I can get a bow shot off on a buck in this area, and they can run off and hopefully die in the general vicinity. But yeah, that's pretty much the process. That's pretty much what I'm gonna try to do, is just try to move that feeder over here, take down my old blind, maybe do something a little bit different. I have another idea. I'll probably film that later, I don't know, maybe a month or two from now or so, probably as the season starts to get a little bit closer. But I'm gonna go ahead and move that feeder before it gets too dark. I will kind of film it. So I thought about it. I was walking over here. I was like, man, you know what? It'd probably be easier if I just brought the lawnmower and pulled it with the lawnmower. But why not make things twice as hard? You know, if it's gonna be fun, make it twice as hard. So we're gonna do it by hand. I'm gonna be the mule, and I'm gonna pull this thing. The reason I decided to do it now is because it just ran out of corn, so good time to move it. You can tell, I mean, it's already dry here in South Texas anyway, but they have just decimated the ground out here. So I'm just gonna take out the stakes that I have in here. I have a bunch of stakes in here. I'll come back and pick those up. But I'll kind of zoom out and show you guys what I mean by how open it is, and see if this will make a difference or not. So I'll kind of get back here. So this is what I mean. It's just way too open in my opinion, and probably the buck's opinion. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but it's just a little bit too open, right? It's nice for me because I can see everything coming in, have a really good clear shot, but it's probably not great for the deer. So there's probably a little bit corn left in here, not much. Yeah, there's a little bit in there, but not much. I'm just going to find a way to strap this thing so I can get it moved, and we will go from there. Yeah, just kind of hanging out and chilling with me, and watching my little stupid adventures. But yeah, that's what we're gonna try to do, hopefully. We will see if this will work or not. One there. There's one there. And we will see if this is going to be good enough or not. Go ahead and crank it down a little bit. Hopefully this works. We'll see. We will find out very soon if this is going to work or not. All right. I have to pull it, so I am going to lift it and pull it at the same time and see if this helps. It's not bad, as long as this rope doesn't bust. I know there's a lot of holes right here somewhere. This thing's a little bit heavier than I would have thought, trying to move it like this. Damn it, lost my momentum. All right, let's keep going. All right, so yeah, I think this is a good spot. It's a good little pocket to have it in. Yeah, it's a good little pocket. I'll put it this way. Yeah. I think that's a good pocket. That way, in case freaking buck comes in here, I have a little pocket to shoot. In case a buck gets hung up in here, hopefully I can get an arrow in there. And if a buck comes from that side, plenty of room. So, all right. So we still had a little bit of corn in there, but not much. Most of it's gone. Most of the corn's already gone, so still a little heavier. Still made my legs burn a little bit, but not too bad. This is an old mesquite tree we cut down, had died. Went ahead and cut it down and used it for firewood, and the doves are flying pretty good today. I don't know if you guys can see them on the camera. GoPros aren't good for like long distance, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll probably be filling it up with corn here in the next week or so. Have a busy week ahead of me, but yeah, probably in the next week or so I'll get a bag of corn, put it out there, see what's been coming out here. I know the bucks have started dropping their antlers. Saw a buck out here 2 days ago, 3 days ago. He only had one antler, so he's already dropped the other one. But or maybe he just got into a fight or ran into something, I don't know, but more than likely dropped it. It's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. Just a quick little move of the feeder. Without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, God bless. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.